have no makeup on because I'm going to show you how my Prescriptives Custom Blended Foundation works out. So Prescriptives used to be a beauty counter, and you probably remember it depending on how old you are. I'm 31, so I definitely remember seeing the Prescriptives counters, and they would custom blend foundations for you. And I remember thinking at the time and later in life, like, why doesn't every counter do that? Doesn't it make sense because we're all different skin tones? But somehow, I've never seen another company do the custom blending, and they moved out of the counter environment, and Prescriptives is now all online. So if you're wondering how they can still custom blend and match your skin tone, they are using technology like Skype calls to do that, and you can upload a no makeup picture taken in front of a natural light source like a window, and they will assess your skin tone based on that and custom blend a foundation for you. So I should tell you, this is my second batch. The first batch did not match my skin tone, and it was too light as well as too pink. And I do think it's difficult with digital images to really assess somebody's skin tone. I did tell them, you know, I am really yellow, but I think that the photo and the Skype call obviously couldn't accurately show my skin tone. So it was a really easy return process. I just let them know it didn't work. I sent it back for free, and they sent the new one out pretty shortly thereafter. They will work with you until you get the right match. And this would be great for somebody that struggles with that and never really feels like they have an accurate foundation match. My regular foundation is NARS Sheer Glow, and I absolutely love it. This has been the closest match I've ever been able to find. The color that I wear is called Ceylon, or Light 6, and it's the perfect amount of yellow undertone, but it's light enough too. So I don't know if you can tell, but when you want to match your foundation, you can't always go by your actual skin tone on your face. While my undertone is very yellow, which you can see on my chest and my arms, my surface tone on my face is often a little more pink because I do use a retinol, I use a Clarisonic, so my skin is kind of in a permanently exfoliated, a little bit pinker state, but my undertone, that will never change. If you have yellow undertones, you have them for life, but your surface tone can change. So I'm going to apply this and show you what it looks like on. Before I do that, I will swatch the Prescriptives Custom Blend compared to my NARS. This is my NARS Sheer Glow in Ceylon. This is the Prescriptives Custom Blend. So let's look a little more at my neck and kind of chest area to see. It actually looks from first impression that the Prescriptives will be a better match because it's a little lighter and it's a tad less yellow. But as you can tell, they're pretty similar, and when I swatched them, I knew that this blend would be a match because it was about as close as it could be, minus a little yellow, to the one that I love, the NARS. So I felt that the shade intensity was the exact same. The amount of yellow is just a little bit pumped up in the NARS Sheer Glow. So I did prime my face first, just to kind of give this foundation the best start it can have in life. I used the Benefit Porefessional. I really like this one. It does a good job of filling in my very obvious pores. I'm going to apply this with my Beauty Junkies Flat Kabuki. A flat kabuki brush is my favorite way to apply foundation. Alright, so before I set this with powder or do my under eye concealer, I wanted to zoom you in so you could see the finish and the coverage, and I have to say they did pretty much nail the second batch. I do think this is the right color for me. It's about as close to perfect as you can get, especially for them never having actually seen my skin tone. So I am impressed with the color matching. I did tell them that I like full coverage, but that I have very dry skin and I prefer a dewy look. So they actually said that the full coverage formula of their foundation is very matte, and I probably wouldn't like the finish. So I did choose to do more of the dewy finish and work with the medium coverage foundation formula, which is buildable, as you can tell. I mean, when I stipple it on, I'm able to build up the coverage to the level that I want. You can still see a little bit of that melasma on my forehead, but I don't expect any foundation to cover that. It's really dark. The only thing I am noticing finish-wise that I'm not loving is, despite using a primer, I do think it's kind of accentuating my pores right here. And I mean, that's never a great thing for me. I do think it is a little bit more of a satin finish, but I wouldn't describe it as super dewy or anything. It has a little bit of a stickiness to it, actually. So I did tell them that it was dry, so they added some moisture as well as the candlelight finish, which is the dewy look. So I don't know, I think I'm just like obsessed with highlights. I wish it was dewier. But yeah, I would say the color is dead on, pretty dead on. I mean, if you can see right here, yeah, you can see right there, my skin has more yellow, slightly olive, but more yellow undertone than my face right now. But I'm not gonna be too picky. I mean, they did a really good job with the feedback that I gave them after the first batch, and they modified it to this, and I'd say it's a thumbs up. Do I like this better than my NARS Sheer Glow? Quick answer, no. I still prefer my NARS, and this alone runs $45. The custom blended foundation, when they actually do the Skype call and blend something specifically for you, does run $78. I'll be very honest with you, because that's what I'm here for. I would never pay that much for a foundation unless I absolutely could never ever find the right match, and I was tired of wasting more than $78 on tons of foundations that didn't work for me, or trying to mix and try to make something work. If you're one of those people that hasn't found their beloved NARS in Ceylon like I have, Prescriptives will be able to help you. That is exactly what they're there for, to custom blend for you, and they will remix until they get it right. So for that reason, it could be worth $78. Will I spend $78 on it? No, because I already have something I like. So I did some contouring, blush, highlight, and my eyebrows, so I'm a little more normal looking now. And I want to give you my final takeaways about the Prescriptives foundation, the custom blend. And I'm going to pull up my blend for you guys. So they used base shade level 1 and 2. So 1 is the lightest base, and then 2, probably to darken it, since they told them the first batch was too light. Coverage medium, the finish was candlelight, and that's because I told them I like the dewier finish. And then they did add skincare options of moisturizing, brightening, clarifying, and evening. So that is the nice thing about customizing your foundation. You can tell them what you want your foundation to do for you, and they will add in those like kind of skincare boosters. And the shade extenders, it says 1 pump of white, 2 pumps of green, and 4 pumps of yellow. So that's kind of the shade makeup of this color. And the color doesn't have a name, so if you were to reorder this, it's just saved in your account with a custom blend number. So you'll be able to reorder just because it's already in your account for you. Prescriptives did send me this foundation to try, so I did not pay $78 for it. It was sent to me free of charge to try and review for you guys. But I am being objective in telling you that if I were to purchase it with my own money, $78 is a lot to me. So I almost forgot to mention one little fun extra. So they do give you a little travel size of your custom blend. My theory is that the batch is like a little bit too much for one bottle. So they've like remedied that by giving you this little travel size. But it is nice. I mean, you could probably get 2 to 3 days maybe out of this little bottle here. You can refill it too. So I hope that this review's been helpful, and it kind of helps you decide whether you'd like to order a custom blend foundation from Prescriptives in the future. Please ask me questions below, and I'm happy to try to get an answer for you about the ordering process and the foundation itself. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!